out of Gotham, a crazy podcast about DC, with your host E-Rock and PD. When we speak up, get your geeks up, cause you know you about to get geeked up. So sit back, relax, and get comfy. Lose your mind like Solomon Grundy, and listen to a show that won't be forgotten, coming straight out of Gotham.
DC universe, welcome to another episode of Straight Outta Gotham, episode 139. We are a fandom pop culture podcast and a proud member of the Batman Podcast Network, so make sure you head on over to BOF, click that podcast drop down, and check out all the other great shows that everyone has to offer. You can even listen to Ryan Lauer talk about weird things on the Batman Book Club. He's a strange man. Anyway, I am your co-host from the other side of that river, a senior contributor to BatmanOnFilm.com. I am Peter Arver, and today we're going to have a great show for you today. We're recording on January 5th, the evening of 2023, and I'd like to remind you guys that if you take the time to review our show and leave a review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and we read on there, you just won our monthly contest, so get in that. Now, let me introduce you to my partner in crime, the man who just won the Port Jefferson Christmas Tree Decorating Contest for the whopping 5th year in a row, the champion of Long Island, the very own Santa Claus of New York, Eric Goldsman.
You're not kidding there. If I gain any more weight or get any more gray or white, I will definitely look like Santa Claus. There's no doubt there. Yeah, Christmas trees are easy to decorate, and my whole thing is, there's no rules, so you could just kind of like do what you want.
That's it. Well, shake.
That's really all I do.
A little shake.
There's not much more to it than that. Like I wish I had this grand story of telling people.
You heard it from the champ.
How I carefully take off each ornament and take off the tinsel piece by piece.
Are you a tinsel guy?
That's really not it. Not really. I'm not a huge fan of tinsel.
Do you decorate do you de-decorate your own tree, or does someone decorate a tree then you have to de-decorate it? Like, how do they do this?
I do both.
Wow. Switch it.
Decorate and undecorate. You know, you have to.
All right. Okay.
Gotta keep it real.
All right.
So.
Well, here we are.
I like to do that. I like to do that for the people and for the fans. I like to de-decorate.
For your fans.
So. Yes.
The fans of the
So
champion.
you mentioned you mentioned Ryan Lauer before we got on here. So let's give him props for the 125,000 downloads for the Batman Book Club. I think that's a pretty cool.
That's an interesting number.
Accomplishment. So good for him.
Because now we know what the benchmark is.
Yes. And I actually in the beginning helped him get that started, so I don't want to really take any credit for it. But
it was all you for the beginning. Like you kind of got him off the ground.
No, it was not. It was not. I'll just have a little fun.
You produced most of those. Those are the first 45 shows, I think it was.
That was fantastic. I mean, that's fantastic though. That show is really, really good. Like I said from the beginning, it's very unique, and it's a really good idea, and he's done a great job with it. So, and the fact that you're on it too, Pete, is you're a running guest every month on the show.
Lauer,
it's awesome.
He likes having me on. He's a good little Batman friend.
Yeah, he's a good dude. So, congrats, man. That's awesome. And here's to another 125,000. Hopefully, you get that far.
I hope we get to the next 125,000 faster.
It's awesome though. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. So
like I said, now we know who the top dog is.
I know.
It's Joe Rogan then Lauer. Right? Like
one day I'm gonna get that end of year thing that says top podcast for the year, and we're gonna see his show up there.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen one day.
He's got to have you on again. When was the last time you were on there?
Yo, it's been a while. All the time. I think Gotham Noir is the last one I did with him, and it's not that he hasn't asked. It's totally my fault. Not that he hasn't asked. So
you're too busy. You don't like comic books, though. You hate comics.
I mean, I have been busy with. I started a new job again back in November. I'm on a new project. It's very big.
You been getting it in?
What I do, so I've been very, very busy with work.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're
and
calling.
then family. There's some family stuff going on that I don't need to get into, but there's been a lot going on. So I do enjoy doing that show. So if we have an idea on another book that he wants to,
but why don't you come up with a book?
I should.
You should find some kind of Batman Aquaman special.
That would be cool.
There you go.
Good one though. Are there good ones?
Yeah, of course. They're all good. Just pick one. Who cares? Are they good? Just pick a book, read it, and go talk about it.
Yeah, but I don't like doing that. I want to pick something that's engaging. I don't want to do something that's just
Shakespeare. We're talking
some random. I know, but I don't know. At this point in his show now, he should be looking for those kinds of things, like those kinds of titles.
He leaves it up to you. It's you.
I know he does. That's true. All right,
that's
we'll
why
see.
He's got the variety.
We'll see.
He singled me down. He goes, "You monthly. That's it. That's all we do." I said, "Fine." He goes, "Never again." He said, "Justin and Garrett complain too much. I can't have you on any more than the monthly thing." I said, "That's fine." I understand Garrett's upset. He's been cooking with those seed oils, so he gets a little upset. And then Justin's a little cranky. He just got past Christmas season, so he's overworked and tired. So, just things happen,
That's true. When you work for the Lord.
Like Kirk Cousin things, Garrett's all freaked out about that. I think his favorite team is
Justin works for the Lord, so that's true. That's
Jesus.
Yes, it's a very, very tough. That's a tough gig. I don't know if I definitely couldn't handle that gig. So that's awesome.
You have a rough enough time with Atlantis.
That's true.
And Sally Chesterberg.
I only have Atlantis.
That broad's great.
Like he has the big JC. He's got to deal with him. So
yeah.
All right, we're slowly going off the rails earlier.
Eric had a few drinks before.
So no, not a few.
He's got.
I'm actually just drinking the one that I had. So that's it.
It's only 90 proof. I make it myself in my garage. Don't worry about it.
It is 8%. It is a high proof. 80. So 8% alcohol.
Eric's wasted.
But yeah, okay. Not even close.
I haven't seen him this wasted since we went to the Batman film watch party in Dallas.
I think.
And Eric hooked up with that bartender. What was her name? Amanda.
I did.
Oh yeah. She had a lot of junk in that trunk. If you know what I'm talking about, that was like an F-150.
We're gonna get canceled so bad.
I hope
we're gonna get canceled.
We have to be famous to get canceled.
So
we'd have to reach Ryan Lauer downloads to get canceled.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, it is the new year. Mm-hmm. It is 2024. We are firmly ending the first, almost close to the end of the first week of the year. But what happened in 2024 is a very interesting thing.
Really?
Well, yes, we had talked about these a couple of times on previous years, but Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse are now part of public domain. So, and what that does for all of us is give us this fantastically terrible Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse horror film. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mickey Mouse is getting his own horror film. Winnie the Pooh wasn't enough, so they had to escalate and go to the big guy. And now we are getting a Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie version, sorry. That's the one that's entered public domain. Him and Mickey and Minnie from that one, from Steamboat Willie only. So, Pete, you watched the trailer. I watched the trailer. Go ahead. Tell the people what it's about. Tell everyone what the trailer's about.
These things are horrible. I don't want to see this ever again. It was okay with Winnie the Pooh because I thought it was going to be one and done. Maybe they'll get a sequel out of it. I don't want to see any of this. This is not appealing to me. It's not even really Mickey Mouse. I think it's like somebody works in the movie theater, gets obsessed with Mickey, and goes around killing a bunch of teenagers. Like it doesn't look. The kills don't look good. It doesn't look like the production value's there. I don't care. It looks absolutely horrible, and I want oh God, if Batman ever goes to public domain, it'll be miserable.
We're going to talk about that in a little while because it will happen. But this looks like those old school B-style sci-fi films.
I don't know. Maybe just because it's Mickey Mouse, I just don't like it. It's like if it was some random alien killing kids in a movie theater, I'd be more inclined to watch it than I would if it was Mickey Mouse. To be honest with you,
Yeah, and like you said, it's not even.
I don't care.
It's
not
just
with
a
Mickey.
guy wearing a mask, a Mickey Mouse Steamboat
Yeah.
Willie mask.
Like I don't know. I didn't watch the Winnie the Pooh one. I don't know if that's supposed to be really Winnie the Pooh. If that's supposed to be a bear. Like I really don't know. I have no idea.
Right.
I didn't watch it. Did you?
No.
Okay, so like I have no idea what the movie, but I'm pretty sure this isn't really a mouse. Like I think it's a guy who's obsessed.
No,
with
it is. You see in the trailer, he's staring at the mask.
Okay, it says
the mask is looking at not looking at him, but it's like there, so it looks like it's looking at him. And yeah, he wears it and he becomes a slasher. Just like now, I brought up before the show. I said, well, Thanksgiving, that's what they did with the mask, and they did the same thing, but. That concept was actually good. This is just a really badly thought out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope
this
that
the
the
was made by
future
Eli
public.
Roth. This I can't trust.
I know this is My hope is that we'll get better things with this in public domain now. People will do better things with it.
This stuff's gonna stink. All this stuff. This is gonna be like at least they'll be like, well, it's better than a fan film. And it's like, oh god.
No, it looks like a fan film. It really does.
Yeah, that's just like no.
It's not good.
I don't know. Like I'd be excited if I made it because it's like, oh, cool, I'm making a movie. I'm excited, like I'm doing something. But then it's like, out public, like, no, this thing's gonna suck. Like I don't know. It's just I have no interest in this. I don't want to see Mickey Mouse kill people. I have no interest in seeing Mickey Mouse kill anyone. I just don't.
I agree.
Even if it's a guy in Mickey Mouse's mask, I don't like. I have no interest in seeing anyone Mickey related murder anyone. Just don't.
And let's be honest, if anyone who lives in New York City, the Steamboat Willie looking version of Mickey Mouse has been in public domain for a while with the characters that they have in Times Square. The people dressed up in those costumes, because that's the version I thought it always looked like. Okay. So he's been around. This has been around for a while. I don't know who was not making money on it before, but it's not the first time.
Somewhere Bob Iger's
you brought up. I know. You did bring up Batman, though. So Batman will enter public domain in 2035.
Ugh.
Superman the year before.
Kowalski's going to make so many bad movies. It's going to suck. Kowalski's going to do this. He's going to torture me.
And then Wonder Woman in 2037. So the holy trinity of DC Comics will all be in public domain in another, 13 years?
Crap.
13 years. In our lifetimes, God willing. In our lifetimes.
Unbelievable. I don't know. Maybe can we do something to extend public domain? You give it away. Oh man, I'm just waiting for the Batman vs Predator. Like, they're gonna take like the old Batman Dead End, and they're gonna make they're trying to make a 2-hour movie out of it. I don't know. Some people are gonna like it. I'll probably watch. I don't know, but it's like I don't want that. I just don't.
Well, apparently, it's not cut and dried about exactly what parts of Batman will enter public domain or Superman or any of them. Apparently, there's different things involved, and there's other laws that govern certain things. So I'm just reading that. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, so does that mean like Batman might be in public domain, but the Batmobile might not be? Like, I'm trying to understand what that means. I don't know. So
how does it work with you and Aquas? Like, are you do you enter public domain?
I am in public domain.
You are. So they're just being.
I don't own my image and likeness.
No, yeah. Wow, look at you. I can't believe it. Champion Long Island, unbelievable. This guy lives the life. Oh, Sally Testenberger here.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Again?
Oh,
happens at least once a show. I have zero idea.
Happens at least once a show.
So it does at least once a show. It happens.
You should see him right now. He's so serious. He's so serious.
Me? I'm not
Yeah,
serious at all.
he's so serious. Holtzman's so serious. He's running for office.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
He's gonna be on Left Shoe in no time.
Uh-oh. No, it's not called that anymore.
What is it now?
It's the Left Crew, and I don't even know
Okay.
if they're doing it anymore, to be honest.
Well, it's election season. It's coming. It'll be up. He'll
It
be
should
up.
be. Should be.
He loves it. That's his jam.
Oh, he does. That's for sure. That is his thing. So, Pete, I haven't caught any of them yet, which isn't my fault. I haven't watched any of What If Season 2 yet. Have you watched?
Yeah, it's like typical What If. Like, so I like some, I like, I don't like others. I like this, I don't like that. I'm 50-50 on it. So.
Well, apparently the head writer...
I've only watched like 5 episodes, though.
Oh. Well, apparently the head writer doesn't like it anymore either, because she's leaving.
Well, I guess
she's moving...
she writes it like she does.
She's moving on from Marvel. And some people think it's because during the strike, she had made a reference to that Disney and Marvel do not pay their writers any residuals. So even though they're writing everything and they don't get any residuals, they only get paid their rate, and then they never get paid fees for their script.
Interesting.
So that would go in line with a lot of the complaints we've also heard from the CGI artists that Disney and Marvel overworked them, and they don't give them enough time to finish their work and all this other stuff. So to me, I was just thinking, I'm like, well, that's kind of a bad sign with everything else that's going on in the genre. Now you're losing talent. And everyone, for the most part, like you said, it's hit or miss. But most people, I think, universally who have liked What If more than disliked it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really get a vibe of What If on Twitter, really, and not a lot of people are really watching it. I felt like that about season 1 too. Like I know Paul Herman's watching it, but then the vigilantes aren't watching. Like they haven't watched it yet. So like even like within the space, a lot of people are kind of mixed on it. I'm just mentioning people who watch everything. Trying to.
I really enjoyed season 1. I did most of them. I thought season 1 was
it
very good.
Like more often than I think I enjoyed season 1. Like I think it was okay. If they made a season 3, I'd watch it. But I can't say it's like top tier animation not that it's not quality in terms of animation, but like the stories aren't like, I don't know, like I don't think of it as BTAS or Spider-Man the animated series. Like I'm not putting it up there with like that stuff for me personally. So but
did you enjoy the comics? Do you enjoy the What If comics?
It depends on what they are. Like I like it like what if like Spider-Man married Black Cat, or like what if Peter married, like it depends on what it is. Like, some titles are more inclined I'll read through than others. That's kind of what I do with this. Like I was watching the Nebula one and I was like, this is it looks like Blade Runner, but this isn't really my thing. The Christmas one was a lot of fun. I was like, oh cool, it's like a Happy Hogan Christmas special type deal. So I was like, I can add that in the rotation. That's nice. That's cool to have something during the holiday season. Like so, I guess the one with Peter Quill I didn't really enjoy. So the season's mostly been 50-50.
Okay. Well, apparently they were going to do a Dark Spider-Man episode. But she said because of everything that was going on, again, the head writer said because of everything going on with COVID and everything going on, she felt like if they did something like that, it would just kind of it's something to bring everything down. I haven't seen any of season 2, but apparently they're more uplifting.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, from what I've seen, they're okay. I don't know. Like, I didn't think the other ones were that depressing.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I did watch like Peter Quill just like beat the hell out of the Avengers. Like, I guess it was uplifting at the end. I don't know. Like, they're just weird stories. It's just weird that they're like making all these out of continuity stories. I just it's okay. It just has no effect, but.
Yeah,
because like the MCU is built on like caring about what's next. What if it's like, well, you don't have to care about it. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's the one thing I liked about it, putting those characters in different scenarios than what we actually had seen. So I think that's always a cool thing to do. Just, what we know, and then, oh, well, again, what if this happened? So that was that's the pull of the show. But yeah, that Dark Spider-Man thing sounded interesting. But I don't know how that would have gone over with people.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense why they didn't make it. Like, I
Right.
agree with that, but like, that's the whole point of What If, no?
Right. Like, yeah, like they did with the Doctor Strange one in the season 1 where they did the whole zombie thing,
Yeah,
and
I like that a lot, actually.
I did too. I thought that was very good, and it led into what we got in Multiverse of Madness. So there was kind of a thing there, and
It's
there was,
kind of like a trilogy in a weird way.
yeah. So we'll see, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna have to do maybe this weekend. We're supposed to get bad weather, so maybe I'll
You're
sit
not
at
gonna watch the
home.
Jets?
Nah, I don't care right now. Give a damn.
No.
Yeah, they've
Knicks,
annoyed
the
me enough
Knicks.
this season, so
What
I'm
about the
good.
Knicks? You excited about the Knicks?
Yeah, they just
Huh?
killed the 76ers tonight, so yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right,
and
so you got stuff to watch.
they play someone tomorrow night. I don't know who. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll definitely, but during the day, if I'm just kicking around the house, maybe I'll throw on the What If and I'll catch up and see what all the fuss or the not fuss is about. Because, like you said, it doesn't feel like many people are watching it.
Yeah, I was surprised.
So
I think Kowalski's watching too. I don't like it, so Kowalski instantly loves it. That's how he works. He's a weird guy. Weird guy.
yeah, he's got different sensibilities towards
He's a
things.
weird guy, that Kowalski.
So a little different sensibilities, but it's all good. It's all good. So one thing that's coming next week, I think it actually starts on Monday or Tuesday, is Echo. And I liked her character in Hawkeye. I don't know if I thought she deserved her own show, but doesn't matter what I think. She's getting one. So, but one of the cool things about it was the return of Kingpin, who we got to meet famously in Daredevil on Netflix, played by Vincent D'Onofrio. Now he was a little bit different in the Hawkeye version, but their story ended it with a very, very, powerful moment. Yeah. So this picks up from that point, and they're recently talking to the writer and one of the executive producers about the show, and he mentioned that he hopes that this Kingpin becomes more pivotal in the future as a major Marvel villain. Now, for what we know of him from Daredevil, obviously, I can see
Sounds
that
like
working.
He's kind of pushing with good timing here. I think he's got an agenda, this guy.
It definitely does sound that way. I would not argue that, with how things are going with Kang and the unknown, it sounds like he's trying to push him in and get a bigger role for his boy.
I think you could. I wouldn't mind Kingpin being a more centered figure. If
I wouldn't either.
If the MCU isn't it supposed to be more grounded right now anyway, like between Spider-Man and if they could straighten this Daredevil thing out, maybe you can have Kingpin kind of bounce back and forth. That'll be fun because Spider-Man and Kingpin got some history too.
Yep.
I don't know what else they're doing. I mean, Blade could be kind of New York oriented. I don't know what he would have to really be doing with Kingpin, but we'll see what they have what they have in store. But I would like to see him. Yeah, like it would. I wouldn't mind the MCU doing something different for a change instead of it being a cosmic, like universe shattering moment. Like I don't know. How about just a simple crime boss? Like how about something like that? That's different for you guys.
Yeah, like someone who
Especially
infiltrates.
now, everything we're craving something different. Like I think we're at the point in everyone's fandom where we're all just kind of like, yeah, we've seen this before.
Right.
Like even if it's good, like like we even like for instance Aquaman, like we enjoyed it, but it feels like everyone's like, yeah, we okay. This is this was good. No, it's not good. It's not the standard. I don't know if the standards change, but it just seems like people want something different.
Right. Well, apparently, how he ends in Echo, he must be in a good place because it sounds like, according to the writer, sounds like he's in a good spot for them to do more with him after the fact. So I agree. I mean, I love the character on Daredevil. He was fantastic. And from what we got from him in Hawkeye, I was happy with.
Yeah.
So I'm in. Like if they want to make him and shift gears because of what happened with Majors to this kind of a story, I'd be all for it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be an easy shift. You know, I don't need. That's the thing. It's just I'm down to see some kind of more just crime oriented stuff, which is why I'm really excited for Penguin. Like it just seems different. It just seems a
Right.
little bit. It's not grand in scale. Like it's they're just criminals. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And this character lends to it. It's even the Daredevil character. Yes, Daredevil himself is a little enhanced because of his abilities, but
Well, he goes to church. It's he's a Catholic.
he prays a lot.
Yeah.
The power of Christ compels him.
There you go.
So yeah, so definitely though, I'm in. So I hope we see more of him. I am looking forward to Echo because of Kingpin. Actually, that's my angle
Yeah,
to
I mean,
watching
it
it.
was kind of she was one of those surprises. She just was like I wasn't really
Yeah,
expected much out of Echo. When she was even introduced in the show, and then like that whole show, that's basically what happened. It just became better and better as it went on.
yeah, I really liked Hawkeye.
I didn't.
So
I actually didn't get a chance to watch it, mostly because it's a series, like in its entirety this Christmas season. But it's fun.
yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I didn't rewatch it this year, but it definitely is rewatchable during Christmas season. It could definitely make the uh the list of shows to watch during Christmas, of superhero shows to watch during Christmas. So, all right. Well, you did mention, kind of hinted at in your discussion about Echo and D'Onofrio and what we are expecting going forward. Um, what's been going on overall with comic book culture, and we've talked about comic book movie culture, and we've talked about it when we've covered other films. We've kind of touched on it. Well, there was an article in Variety by Owen Gleiberman who kind of just summed up what we've been saying. That it was inevitable that this would happen, that people would start to lose interest because the stories, after a while, they're the same story, right? It's good versus evil, good wins in some way in the end. And now they're just telling that through the prism of superheroes, which we all love. And in the beginning, it was great. We're getting all these characters that we love in print or maybe on the small screen. We're getting them on the big screen. It's like, great, yay, let's go. We're happy. And what the MCU did was by building and introducing these new characters and then building more. It was cool. But now post Endgame, you're kind of in this area like, okay, we've seen that already. They release the movie, they do a show. We've seen that already. So the article doesn't address this part of it, but for me, I don't know, and we haven't really discussed this either, but I don't know how to bring people back. They're not going to stop making these films.
I think it's oversaturated. There's too much. There just is. And look, I know that you're going to say, well, Guardians is a hit. It came out of nowhere. Maybe you got to scale it back to just who the A-listers are. So it's Batman, Spider-Man, and whoever else you can figure. Whoever the top tier is. Like maybe that's just who it is. Like it seems like Batman and Spider-Man are going to be the ones who are bigger than this. Little moment in time where people are kind of like now, like there'll always be the crowd pleasers, the drawers, they always be the ones that bring in the audience. And even though I do get a little weary about Batman because no one went to go see the Flash, like I bring that up too, like
Right.
So maybe that was a little too late, but I don't know. I think they've got to scale it back a little bit. I think the MCU deserves all the credit in the world for taking the genre to new heights, but it also brought about its end. It just did. It was, Disney Plus might have been the nail in the coffin.
That's true.
Maybe they made too many movies. Maybe Ant-Man didn't deserve a third film. Maybe
right.
Thor didn't have to get,
a fourth film.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
little too much, I think. I think it's a little too much.
All of that's fair. And we've seen it. Like this year was proof of that.
I've liked everything that's come out, to be honest. Like, there's nothing I haven't enjoyed, to be honest. If I've seen it, I've watched and I've enjoyed it. Like, I haven't seen Guardians 3, and mostly because I just don't care about the Guardians at all. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Aquaman I care about, so I was there and I enjoyed the hell out of that. Like, I love that movie. I think it's fantastic. I
Right.
actually think I might like it more than the original. I don't know. It's tough. They're both great Aquaman movies, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, we talked about it last show. I loved Aquaman 2. I had
Out of the
Aquaman 2
most
and
recent,
Aquaman 2.
yeah,
It
the most
was
recent like CBM, the weakest one was Black Adam, but I still have fun with it. Like, like it was cool. I dug it. I liked Kondak and all that. Like, like it's tough. I love the Shazam movie. I thought that was great.
Yep.
The
Deserved a lot
Flash. I
better.
love that one too. It was wonderful to get Keaton back. Yeah, I thought the movie was awesome. I don't
Yeah,
know. Like, I'm happy.
I think a lot of those films deserved better, to be honest. And
Mhm.
maybe 10 years ago, they would have gotten better. We've gotten a better response. I don't know, but it does kind of make you wonder now. We've talked about this. We touched on it, but we've talked about it. We both have said it might be too late for what Gunn is going to try and do with DC.
I totally think it's too late.
So
I think he should abandon everything and just kind of go just straight up solo Superman. But they're world building, so they're gonna do that. I don't know. It's just the wrong time.
I don't particularly think it's the world building that's the problem. I think, like you said, it was too much of it. Like, I think you could do.
It's not that there's too much of it. It's nothing stands on its own. Like I actually had a conversation with a buddy of mine today. He says he's so far done with Marvel because he's like, I just can't catch up. He's like, I'm at the point where I can't catch up. He's like, I have a kid, I can't do it. He's like, so like I just stopped. He's like, I was like, I get it. You're not the only one.
Well, that's why they started that new, what is it? God,
Spotlight, whatever it is.
Yeah, something like Marvel Spotlight, where you don't have to watch everything.
Yeah, people just see the Marvel banner.
You just watch the show in front of you, which is what we all grew up on. Like, let's be honest. We all grew up on, connectivity and stuff was done in books, but in screen, we didn't really have that. So I think Gunn and Safran have their work cut out for them to get people to come back.
They're going to earn their paycheck, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, I wanted to succeed. I think we all wanted to succeed, but it's going to be tough.
We'll see. It'd be interesting to watch. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Gunn just has that creative touch where anything he touches. I mean, maybe he's Midas. Who knows? I have no idea.
Right. I think he's banking on things like Creature Commandos and things like that doing better.
Why?
Because we haven't seen them. That's what I think he's banking on. That, this is new. It might not be a new story in the end.
I guess, but I'm supposed to be the audience and I don't care.
So
he's supposed to have me and he doesn't. Like he's supposed to already have my money. For Creature Commandos, he doesn't.
Right, but I think for a lot of people he does. I think people in the industry
we're gonna find out.
Are gonna go
I've been wrong on everything this year. I thought The Rock was a huge star at one point, and then Black Adam came out and it wasn't. So I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is, Aquaman 2, is doing pretty well overseas.
Good. I hope so.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's still not doing great compared to the first one and other films that have come out. Obviously, the big temples in the past, but for this year, it's actually doing pretty well overseas. And I was just thinking, I'm like, I never thought Jason Momoa would be a bigger draw than The Rock, but apparently he is. So,
my man,
I know it's an interesting thing. What we think and then what actually gets proven in the end is totally the opposite. But I don't know. That's what I'm thinking though now, because he was like, hey, the movie would have to do well, and it's not doing too great here, but nothing has. So I don't even know how to look at this new world we're in, this post-pandemic world.
Everyone seems to hate everything recently. It's just, no one seems to really be enjoying anything. And I'm just like, that sucks for you guys. I don't know. Like, I want to go see Aquaman again. I can't fit in my schedule because I picked up like weekend shifts at work. But like now, I can't wait till it's out there. I'm gonna buy it as soon as it's out there. I want to see it again so badly. I do. I thought it was fun.
Well, I saw a movie last night that I've been dying to see, and I finally saw it last night. And I'm just throwing this in because I want everyone to go watch it. American Fiction, the new Jeffrey Wright film. Mm-hmm. So good. Such a fantastic movie. Definitely go check it out.
Did you do a car review?
Huh?
No
I didn't
car
do a
review?
car review. I normally
Oh.
don't do them for non-comic book movies, but last night I
I think
actually
you should do them
was.
for everything. I think the people love them.
I should.
Reno's like, Reno goes, Holzman did do a car review? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me.
So I did talk to him about it. We chatted about it, but
He's like,
because
yeah,
he
that's
saw
right,
it too.
that's right,
He saw
right.
it too, so we were talking about it. But yeah, definitely go check it out. It's well written. The trailer makes you think it's one thing, and it is that, but there's so much more involved in it. So go check it out. It's a fantastic movie, and that's my suggestion for you guys. If you guys get a chance, you want to see something non-capes and tights that I'm recommending, go see American Fiction.
Reno's like, yes, Eddie, you're finally about to cinema, not comic book bullshit anymore. Like, oh,
Well, I also saw Poor Things last weekend, and a lot of people are raving about that film.
Isn't that the movie Nico's all about recently?
That is the one he is talking about.
Oh,
yes.
God.
While I thought it was good, I did think it was a good movie. I think they're overrating it just a tad. Her performance is fantastic, though. Emma Stone is fantastic in this movie. So if you like really good acting, go see it because she's great. But I think the movie itself is kind of, when I'm reading people's reviews, I didn't feel the same thing they felt when they saw it. So
okay, Holzman wasn't moved.
Yeah,
you hear that?
I think what they were trying to do, they went too far with it, and for me, it didn't land. That's all I'll say. It didn't land.
All right.
I'll leave it at that.
Holzman says no go.
No, go. It's worth going to see.
Oh, he says, okay, it's a go.
Yeah, it's a go.
It's a go. We're using the old Let's Go comic.
Yeah. It's definitely a go. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think about both. Let me know what you guys think about both. If you saw Poor Things, let me know. And if you saw American Fiction, let me know as well. I want to see that. Yeah. So David Ayer has been clamoring for a long, long time about the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. And he, at one time, remember, he said he spoke to James Gunn about it, and there was a possibility that it might happen, and he's not against doing it or whatever. But apparently now he's done with DC. That's what he said on X. I call it Twitter still, but X. And he's not going to try and get it released anymore. Fans still want it. I still would like to see it. I think you probably would too. But
yeah, I just don't care. I'm just like,
right. I mean, I don't care in the end. If I never get it, I'm not going to be upset. But
yeah. I don't know. At some points, Ayer just seemed like he was. At some points, he tried to be like Zack Snyder, and he tried to rally a crowd, and it didn't work. And some of his tactics didn't sit well with me because it reminded me of zaddy crap. Just to be brutally honest, but I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it's Hollywood. I feel like that's up for the job,
right? I mean, it does suck. But he has a new movie coming out called The Beekeeper. So
yeah, so there you go. He's got that. So he's still getting work. But
there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so moved on past this, and like I said, it's so closely tied. I feel like it's closely tied to Snyder Cut shit. So I'm just like, me, I'm not paying attention to that stuff.
It's nowhere near as toxic.
No, but there were people in the beginning who were just douchey about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you're right. I know what you're saying.
You know the typical zaddies. I'm talking about the morons on Twitter.
Yes.
Those
I know exactly what you mean when you're saying that. People who might not even want to see it, but they're just doing it because, yes, yeah. I know what you're saying.
So it's like, it's kind of like why I was like not anti-Snyder Cut. We're just like, I don't care.
Well,
I just really don't care, dude.
This is what he said. I'm just going to read his quote real quick. Nothing about the situation feels good, but the studio has no interest in releasing it. It's time to run and not look back. He said, I don't need to be walking around with a begging bowl. He's going to protect his heart moving forward. So there you go. So guys, if you who's ever out there still pining for this movie to come out, or do you see it?
I'm sure they'll announce it in like 2 weeks.
Are they releasing another streaming service?
Yeah.
If they are,
yeah,
we might get the Ayer cut.
Welcome to Paramount Discovery Max.
That would be, oh god, that wouldn't surprise me either, though. Would not surprise me one bit
Yeah,
if that happened.
I guess I don't know. Like I guess I feel bad because like I don't even care about this. Like I just it's not on my radar. Like it's so many years ago. We're talking about a
I
movie from
know.
2016.
I know.
That made a ton of money and people seem to actually like.
That's the funny thing. That
Yeah.
movie did. It wasn't received well critically, but it made a lot of money.
People want to go see it. So yeah,
I know. So they liked that cut. Someone did. Someone went to see it numerous times. So you brought up Superman Legacy before. We talked a little bit about the DCU going forward. James Gunn, the big hill they have to climb. But he's been talking recently about it, been sharing updates on Threads. Threads seems to be where he does that now.
I think he's anti-Elon Musk. I don't think.
I think he is. So we're gonna get information there. But people were asking questions about it, and he shared some updates and saying it's going swimmingly. Planning is to begin filming in March. The sets are being built, costumes being finished, actors studying roles, prosthetics and VFX models being made, flights booked. Here we go. That's what he said. He said that 90% of the cast is locked in, but it's not a full 100%, so they might still be adding people to it. Which, who knows what that means. He talked about what people were talking about, Clark being a Cub reporter. He's like, I'm not sure where that came from. He didn't write it. But he said he wouldn't describe the plot that way.
Would you call yourself a tadpole swimmer?
No, I am not.
You're not a tadpole?
I am a experienced swimmer. I've been swimming a long time.
You are a great white shark.
So I don't go there. Those are some big fins to fill, but
for the Aquaman himself. This is good news. I mean, I'm excited that things are moving along. I'm happy that he's excited about it, as he should be. I look forward to seeing whatever it is that he has to produce, and I look forward to avoiding whatever set pics Justin shares on Twitter. So I'm just, hopefully I'll see a real deal photo of something soon within the next year or two or whatever, and I just, I don't really I'm just wait and see mode here. Okay. Glad everything's going well. That's good news to hear.
Yeah.
Let me know when something be ready to be seen. Let me know when something's ready to be seen.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you there. I'm happy he answers these questions because a lot of directors don't. So I'm happy he answers them. And if anything is false, he addresses it right away, which is great. He doesn't let those things lie. But I'm tired of hearing about the movie now. I just I want them to make it so I can see.
Give me it still. I don't care if it's like, oh, hey, look, this is David's spit curl, or this is his belt buckle. Give me something. Right. Like, what do you this is the cape. I don't care. Just enough talk.
So the one story you put in the rundown, which I never thought I would read in my life, and I'm still surprised that I did, but apparently Alien is being made into a children's book.
Yes. A is for Alien.
Yes. It's an ABC book. So you guys know what that is. We've all been alive long enough to know that A does Alien, I guess, or B would be something else, and C, obviously, that's what it is. Ellen Ripley and the crew of the Nostromo will be the focus of the book. And yeah.
Bring it on. Let's see what you got. Like, isn't that exciting?
I think it's interesting. And I'm always interested in at least hearing about these things. So I don't know what kid would see something like this. It depends on the art. Again, we don't know what it's going to look like. But
if it's anything like the Die Hard or the Batman Returns Christmas books,
right?
That's what I'm thinking of, and I think that's hopefully what it'll be. Because I really enjoyed the Batman Returns one. I didn't read the Die Hard one, but I do want to get into it. So hopefully it'll be something like that. I know they're different, but just something similar.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this would be more along the rated R material that we got from Die Hard being made into something like this. But man, I read this. when you first put it on the rundown, I was like, wait, that's real? I had no idea of this was even a thing, but apparently it's not the first time they do things like this. There's been other books that have been given, children's, and you brought up a couple of them. Apparently there's one, a Jurassic Park one.
I did not know that.
Yep. A Spider-Man one, which doesn't make, not that too far of a leap for me. But yeah, the Jurassic Park one was a little interesting. I was like, okay.
That's I'll check that out.
So
just to see what it's like.
So if anyone has read that one or, any of these other ones, you want to let us know. I think it'd be fun to hear.
Should we what would a children's book on Eric be like?
I think one on you would be a lot more fun.
Eric wakes up. Eric goes fishing. Eric puts a worm on the hook. Eric caught a marlin.
I've been fishing a few times.
Yeah, Eric catches marlins on Coney Island.
So, marlins on Coney Island?
Yeah.
We don't have marlins up in these waters.
See, he talks like a sailor. I don't have these.
What?
Water.
Well, I am Aquaman, right? So I do know a little bit about these things, just a little.
King
about these things.
Ho, 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 ho. Me and my parrot is Merelda.
What?
That's your parrot. That's Merelda. You're like, what?
That might be your best.
It's like, Marmagey, I come to this Chick-fil-A to conquer. I am the chairman of Long Island Holzman with my parrot as brother. What? Holzman? What? Holzman?
All right, so outside of playing, I'm just moving on from that. Outside of playing Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek: The Next Generation, I don't think Patrick Stewart has a more defining role than playing Professor X, Charles Xavier, in the X-Men movies. And we got a chance to see him again in Doctor Strange 2. Mm-hmm. And there's been talk about him possibly being in Deadpool 3. And as we know...
Who isn't in Deadpool 3?
What?
Who isn't in Deadpool 3?
I know, that's what I mean. As we know, a lot of people apparently are in Deadpool 3. So, but he was on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, and he talked about reviving Professor X yet again for Deadpool 3 because the discussions have come up. So, possibly, we might see him back. He said he has every confidence that he's still around. As we know, he can put he's such a powerful mutant, he puts his consciousness into other bodies. Mm. So, who knows, right? But, it was kind of left that he said that he's going to guess we're going to see him in there. The Josh Horowitz, the host of the podcast, that he's going to take a guess that he's going to see him in there.
I really enjoyed him in Logan. I obviously the first two
that
movies
movie was
as well.
Great. Yes,
and it was great to see him, and I loved to see him pop up in Multiverse of Madness. I really enjoyed that movie. That's one of my favorite MCU movies, actually.
Yeah,
because I don't like the first one, but I think the second was awesome.
I love both of them. So
it was great to see him pop up in there. I hope he shows up in Deadpool 3. I think he probably will.
What was sad and what he said was disappointing was that when he shot those scenes for Multiverse of Madness, because of COVID, all the actors were on their own, so they never interacted.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It looks like they did, right? Like, that was really well done.
Well, I'm sure someone complained about the CGI.
But right, I'm sure there was. Always. There's gonna be someone complaining about CGI. I'm sure someone could watch it and say, "Look, you could tell they weren't in the same room."
Okay,
I personally don't watch movies like that. I only notice the ones
the wholesome way.
I only watch movies that for what it is. Like, I try not to look at. Sometimes if it's really apparent that's bad CGI, I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was rough." But I don't watch movies to critique them like that. So I hope we see him again. I do. I love him in the role.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
So I think it'd be awesome to see him back once again, especially
since Marvel regurgitates everybody recently anyway. So what's it matter?
I know.
Like, I'm surprised that they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't do this sooner.
I know. I mean, Taylor Swift apparently is in the movie. Like,
they've been talking about her for a long time.
I know,
I'm sure
right?
Travis Kelce will be in the movie.
Now, probably, sure.
Zach Wilson will be in the movie.
So no, Zach Wilson will not be in the movie.
He'll be there.
So. But yeah,
he got sad right there. He got sad.
I'm really looking forward to that movie. I can't wait to see it. I can't.
I'm happy you're excited. It's nice to talk to someone who's excited to see a comic book movie. I feel like they're doing around. It feels like the '90s again. Oh, great! Here we go.
Well, I think people are excited to see Batman too. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure when they hear about it.
Right. Yeah, we haven't heard much on that recently. So
slow and steady. I'm not worried.
Right, but we have the Penguin coming, right? So
exactly.
So we'll have that to satisfy our Batman, the Matt Reeves Batman universe urge or whatever it is. I don't know.
Halseyverse. And then we have the Daily Adventures of the Halseyverse on Straight Outta Gotham.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the intro. It's just the mythology of Holzman.
Oh, yes. Yes.
As he spreads the seed, we spread the knowledge.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell? This is a family show. What are we doing?
Hey, I think Aunt Trudy's still waiting for you at the Dallas airport.
Who?
Remember that guy who emailed the show and says that his aunt went to go wait for you at the airport, but you never showed up?
No, I don't remember.
He emailed this. Yeah, we did a mailbag show, and yeah. There were a couple people. A couple aunts, I think, that went missing during your stay in Dallas.
I think that was someone being funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they had a lot of fun.
All right. Well,
Derek Holzman.
That's all we have for this show.
We got the first one of the new year out of the way. Here we go. Holzman's in town.
We have the first one done.
That's
first one for 2024.
Then we got a bunch more.
Yeah.
Holzman on ice.
A lot to come. I'm just gonna put this out there. We have to get Andrew on, the guy who won our contest back in August when we said we have him on, and we haven't yet.
I thought you've been in contact with Andrew and trying to schedule.
I have, and we tried to discuss doing it around the Christmas holiday, but he was traveling and stuff, so we couldn't do that. But we haven't forgot about you, and we got to get you on, Andrew, to do the show.
So he's still the winner.
Yes, you're still the winner. Get in touch with. If I don't reach out to you, you can message me as well. And
I thought Holzman was in charge of this.
Tell me when you're available again, and we can work on scheduling a date.
He's in charge,
Definitely will. All right, Pete. Let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, at Pete Illustrated. You can follow this podcast. The podcast listening right now, Straight Gotham, at straight_O_G both Instagram and Twitter. Facebook, we got a group and a fan page. Consider joining both. Check out my Spider-Man podcast at Spidey Coalition, the Italian Spider-Man Coalition podcast. Check me out on Ryan Lauer's The Batman Book Club Monthly, BatmanOnFilm.com, Batman on Film YouTube, Batman on Film podcast. I'm all over there.
All right, thank you. And you guys know how to find me on Twitter or X at Finally33, spell Finale33. Check out the show handle at straight_O_G. Check out my show about the New York Knicks, All Nicked Up. The Twitter handle is at all_Nicked_up. I can't talk right now. We broadcast every Wednesday night, usually at 8:30, sometime in that range. We've been changing the schedule a little bit recently because sometimes we're going on pregame now if they have a game that night. So just pay attention to the socials. I post the time there, and I will let you know the exact time, but it will be every Wednesday night. Yeah, it will be every Wednesday night. We do it every Wednesday night. We discuss the New York Knicks. Just made a big trade. Yep. So we'll see how that works out so far. So far it has worked out. So far it's worked out. The first two games, they looked very, very good. So
he's excited. Look at that. He's got a twinkle.
We'll see how that goes. I'm wait and see always with my teams. Wait and see. So especially I'm even like that with the Yankees now. I'm wait and see. So we will see how that plays out. But definitely, guys,
not impressed.
Check us out check us out. Again, I have a good time doing that show with my two buddies, Joe and Ty. Jesus, that's late.
Jeez, Eric, you get my name on?
Joe, yes, to check us out on at All Nicked Up on YouTube, Facebook Live, and wherever else you can watch shows. We're pretty much all over the place, so have a good time with that show. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say.
Ookses, baby. Ookses.
You're a little early. A little early. All right. So for Pete, I'm Eric. You're listening to Straight Outta Gotham, and we'll see you next time.
Booyah.